Good evening, everybody. This is Bob the Duck, and I'm reporting here from Japan. Yay! Now, where in Japan exactly? A little place called Okayama City. Okayama is in the Chugoku district, or not district, region, which makes it sort of like living in China, right? Because that's what Chugoku means, is China. Anyway, it actually means center country. But it's used both for China and for this region of Japan, so it's kind of interesting. So what is Okayama like? Well, it's not Tokyo, it's not Fukuoka, and it's not Osaka or Kyoto. It's not all that too dissimilar from Shihong, dissimilar to Shihong, except there's no gigantic seas of apartment buildings like there are in Shihong. So I think those kind of really quick 15-story apartment buildings would be very they wouldn't be earthquake safe for one, but I mean anyway, but I guess Okayama doesn't really get earthquakes very often compared to the rest of Japan, which is cool. Not sure about typhoons. Which someone keeps talking about tornadoes, but then they will say something about typhoon season, and I don't know if there's actually tornadoes here. I guess I'll find out in the summertime. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll have to see I'll be in my first tornado in an apartment surrounded by glass. Yes, red polka dots. They were at Daiso, so I could buy them very cheap. Glass, and yes, that's my underwear hanging there. Whitey tighties, yay! I actually had to buy a washer, and it's a combination washer and dryer, which basically means it's just a washer because the dryer function doesn't actually work. And the thing that you see behind my head there, that's an air conditioning / heater unit, which also has a dehumidifier, which doesn't work. In fact, my clothes dry faster when I use the heater than when I use the dehumidifier. And when I use a dehumidifier, everything gets all steamy, actually. So it kind of has the opposite effect. It's like a humidifier rather than a dehumidifier. And I am teaching preschool kids, which is mostly fun, except for one girl who absolutely despises me, and my Saturday classes, in which I have a boy who has a condition that I am not qualified to deal with. I am not his parent either, and so his parent obviously has to take the time to learn to deal with it, but they're still not quite sure what it is. But yeah, it's something somewhere on the autism spectrum, and probably not Asperger's. So that's something that I have no idea how to deal with that, because he'll get violent, and he doesn't do anything that he's asked. Yeah, so actually that Saturday class is kind of a little bit of a nightmare, but yeah, that's all right. But my normal class was okay, except for that one girl who's now upstairs most of the time, except that I have to be with her during daycare. My daycare day is on Thursday. The teachers rotate the after-school daycares. Plus, I have a very small zero English class. They speak zero English, and I'm teaching them English on... sorry for that annoying sound that happens when I'm first waking up or after I eat. Anyway, and I can't control it. I can't stop it from happening. That's just the way that I swallow. It has been since I was a little kid, and that's not something I can change. But yeah, this kid was just, she absolutely hates me, and she hates my co-teacher. And the thing is, we're both male, and we're both foreign. Now, I haven't seen her with a male Japanese teacher. I've seen her with a male Japanese child, and she's perfectly fine with him. But I haven't seen her with a male Japanese teacher. I did see her kick and screaming, at the female foreign teacher, but I think she's gotten used to her. So I think it might be a combination of the two. But yeah, even if she just sees me, she'll scream and scream, and this kid can scream for several hours in a row. No joke, she doesn't get tired, she doesn't lose her voice. You'd think she would lose her voice after a while or just kind of squeak and give up, but nope, not yet. So, that's that. And it's only been 2 weeks since I started the whole thing. I mean, I've been here for a month. This is just about my anniversary. I know it was my anniversary. Yesterday was the anniversary, the 15th. So I've been here a month. And I'm excited. I'm finally in Japan, even though I did say in a previous video that it scares the hell out of me, and it still does. Especially as more and more gets put in my hands and less in the hands of my co-teacher, who is also the curriculum coordinator, and so he has to be out of class a lot. I'm still scared. I'm going to be scared out of my mind at least until after the probationary period, the first 3 months. Especially since all this money is sunk into everything, and all, like, if I have to cut off my internet, then I have to pay a huge fine, and if I cut off whatever, I have to pay a huge fine. If I leave my apartment, I have to pay a huge fine. So, yeah. I think this is an adventure, and I'm glad I'm here. And every once in a while, I'll just look around like, I'm in Japan, I'm living here, I'm going to be here for a while. This is great. This is something I've wanted to do all my life. Even when I was in Korea. At times, especially when I was in Korea. And it's an international school, and so it's kind of easing me into it, because for the most part, the students, they speak English, and my kids are pretty much great. There's lots of little things to deal with, but my kids are awesome. And, yeah, I'm happy to be here.